Alright, hi y'all. This is User Word on kingsraid. I'm gonna post this video kind of really quickly. Um, this is gonna be info on Forsaken Faith, Fallen Frey, and the Darklordkasel, which are the new characters that are coming out today for Kingsraid. And we gonna go over not only try to go over the animation again, because when I tried to get it from the event, they ended up the game completely crashing and kicked me out completely during both of they scenes. So this is just gonna be a short, quick one going over their skills and animation for both. Um, Light of Doom heals HP of an ally with the lowest HP and nearby allies for 12-1-7-6-2 and increase heal rate by 20% for 10 seconds. Afterwards, it explodes the area around the target, dealing 58,692 in magical damage to enemies in range, reducing their heal rate by 20% for 10 seconds. If this skill is used with one or more stacks of darkened power, consumes one stack and dispels positive effects for all enemies within range. Blessing of Doom grants Blessing of Doom to 4 allies with the lowest HP, absorbing 12,9,594 damage for 10 seconds. The shield grants immunity to CC, increases attack speed by 500 for the duration, and if this skill used with one or more stacks of darkened power, consumes one stack to dispel negative effects from self, and additionally dispels negative effects from targets. Then we got Heaven's Vengeance, brings Heaven's Vengeance upon a random enemy and nearby enemies 20 hits, dealing 152 magical damage. Each hit increasing all damage targets by 10% for 20 seconds. 500 additional death penetration applies to this skill. If this skill is used with one or more stacks of darkened power, consumes one stack and inflicts stun on the hit enemies for 5 seconds each hit. The damage boost effect can be stacked up to max 5 times. As a Fallen Frey has been corrupted by darkness, she takes 15% of increased damage she recovers 400 mana every second, and when her mana is at 100%, she gains darkened power every second, and darkened power can be stacked up to 2 times max irremovable tainted angel. So that is your Fallen Frey. Everybody make sure they do the event for Orville area in the center, the red portal. And we're going to go on and do her animation and then come back and take a look at Darklordkasel. Alright, and that's for Fallen Frey. We gonna hit back and go to taking a look at Kasel and make sure you get all the achievements done for her too. And we gonna claim all on them. Okay, and we're gonna go into hero info. And of course, Warrior Darklord born taking over Kasel consciousness. The warrior of the Holy Sword is no longer a symbol of hope, but a symbol of fear. And we're gonna check out the skills. Judgement Blade, 0 mana. Attack frontal enemies in a straight line 2 times, dealing a total of 71,640 physical damage and preventing enemies from recovering mana for 2 seconds. Darklordkasel additional attacks enemies in wide range 1 time, dealing 63,188 physical damage and knocking them down for 3 seconds. Requires 5 or more stacks of dark energy for use. Okay, so still can I catch 22. Doom, 0 mana. Explodes darkness and attack frontal enemies in a straight line 3 times, dealing a total of 1060 560 physical damage, knocking him away for 3 seconds. Darklord deals 58004 physical damage for 1 enemy furthers away and pulls it to the front of self, exploding darkness after. Requires 15 or more stacks of dark energy to use. Then, Advent of Darklord dispels negative effects from self and enters in an irremovable Darklord state for 20 seconds, dealing 58,004 physical damage to nearby enemies in a circular range of self. Darklord state all skills are enhanced, gains immunity CC and normal attacks, deals 6880 additional physical damage. Each hit requires 25 or more stacks of dark energy for use. Upon use, consumes all stacks to increase own attack by 2,000 and depth penetration by 10 per stack. And then passive 1 fall into darkness. Although Darklord cannot recover mana since he is granted the power of darkness, his attack increases by 11,687, deals an attack that will always hit and requires dark energy stacks to skill. Normal attacks grant dark energy stacks. Dark energy can be stacked up to max 40 times and irremovable. So it's kind of like a little bit of a catch-22, but still kind of nice. I'm hoping that Darklord is better than regular Kasel. Don't have a problem with it. It's just that Kasel is a character in the game is kind of a little more needing a lot of stuff. So this kind of helps out in a way, but still also it's like an actual crutch. So let's go for the cutscene on that.
Spread your destruction. No future awaits you.
Alright. And that is your Darklord and Fallen Frey. Make sure you get all your stuff out of your mail, and make sure you hit the event in the center of oval with that portal. And also make sure you look at the patch notes. They will tell you the requirements that you need to have already before you can go in and do Fallenfrey and Fallenkasel, the event. I have already done my 5, which I'm going to post those a little bit later. And then, of course, your gifts. So, go on and do everything you need to do that event, because it'll help you along. And so far, so good. Looking Frey and Darklordkasel and Fallen Frey are looking good. So enjoy this event and work it up. This is User Wern and the game is Kingsraid. I have 2 other videos that'll be a long extended from right after the update. A lot of crashing, but I made it through. But check those out also. So, game is Kingsraid, and make sure y'all get y'all free Fallen Frey and Darkordkasel. Catch y'all later.